the first thing we're going to talk about is page recommendations. So making sure you've got your topics, your titles, your keywords, your header, your title, your meta description, all of that. It's a really nice way that's been really well implemented in terms of understanding what you have and you haven't done. It even looks at images, links, mobile friendliness is a great one, and then in crawling and indexing. Actually, it's even got more fully featured since I looked at it last. So have a look at the screenshot because it's actually a very good place to start.
I think this is so good. And, you know, people before, if they'd have WordPress sites that have some plugin, rank math or things like that we used to use, and they'd be like, oh, what should I do? This is built into HubSpot, left-hand menu, just shows you, guides you through, tells you what to do.
It does.
And that we tell everyone, if you're publishing a page or a blog, just use it. It's great. All right, moving on. Of course, you can control page title and description. And by the way, whenever you see a little diamond at the top right of any of these kind of boxes like page title, you can click that. It'll AI generate them for you. It's actually pretty good. I've used this for meta descriptions, actually quickly generate a meta description using AI. So that is an area where AI is pretty good. And we've mentioned featured images before. Canonical URLs are important. Language settings, e.g. for localization, takes care of all of that for you. Additional code snippets. Got an example a little bit later. You might use special HTML for no indexing a page. I'll talk about why I think that's a little bit annoying, but that's separately. But we'll just go through all these tools. The XML sitemap, yes, you can control that. People will say, oh, I can't manage the sitemap. Yes, you can. Per domain, yep, it's all there. And in fact, you can hover over things and remove them from the sitemap. For example, thank you pages. We always take them out of the sitemap. We don't think they should be in there. Normally want to hide them from Google. What about the robots.txt file? If you're a marketer, you might not even know what this is about. If you're an SEO person, you definitely do. Oh, can you control that per site? If I've got multiple sites in my HubSpot portal, yes, you can. Can override it. It's beautiful. We often block things such as proposal directories or things that have, you know, files that we might not want getting indexed. Redirects, I'll just quickly rush through all of these redirects. It's all there. It's a beautiful tool and it does support flexible rules. Not necessarily regex, but it does support variables and things in dynamic redirects. We use that in a lot of sites as well. Nice interface there. Yep, another one of those 1% pieces. Cross-domain tracking. People say, oh, how do we cross-domain? We've got multiple sites we manage in our portal. Can you cross-domain? Yes, you can. What about connecting with Google sites, Ian?
That's right. And so they've made it really easy about tracking your tag manager. And if you're not using tag manager, just use Analytics 4, you can put the code in there. But they've just made it super simple, right? And that's what I love about HubSpot is the simplicity of the implementation to get you the result that you're looking for. We're going to talk about Google Search Console. So this is really important. This is how Google communicates with you. And this is in the marketplace. And once you've added it in, you can connect your account together so you can feed the data into HubSpot. Now, why do you think that's important? Because that data gets fed back into pages when you're doing the analysis and you can see what keywords, etc., are bringing traffic to your site, but also in the Analyze tab in the SEO tool, it's pulling that data in using the Google Search Console information. So things like search impression, clicks, position data all gets fed into the tool and just this nice place to see it. I think when people get confused is that there are all of these places that they need to go to get different things. And the nice thing that happens is that as the data all flows into HubSpot, you can just go to the one place to see all of that information clearly.
By the way, now that we're talking about the SEO tool, I'm going to have a bit of a grumble here, Ian. So the SEO tool, which I think is in Pro and above, maybe there's some bits in Starter.
Yes.
It's got these tabs, Analyze, Recommendations, and Topics. Now, Analyze, you've just talked about. Pulls in Search Console data. It's great. Really useful. I love it. Really handy. Okay, so now let's chat about the Recommendations tab. And Ian, this is something that I think is unhelpful. I'm going to have a bit of a grumble about this.
Okay.
The intent was good. HubSpot wanted to provide a tool that could highlight issues with your website so that you could fix it and optimize it. So the intent was good, but unfortunately, it's so overwhelming that we get a lot of clients kind of contact us. Oh, I've seen 3,000 recommendations. What's going on? My site's a disaster. Or they see that and they go, oh, just ignore it, all too hard. Now, the problem is Google's kind of outsourced these recommendations to Google Lighthouse, which is a developer tool, really. And unfortunately, since it's mainly marketers looking at this, they get overwhelmed. And half of the things, because they come from Google Lighthouse, you couldn't fix anyway. Reduce the size of page network. Like, what on earth does that mean? How is a marketer going to do that and change things? So deeply technical. And to be fair, they do break these down by the role, whether it's a developer or not. Well, what we recommend to clients, because there's thousands that they normally see, is we're like 80% of them you can just ignore.
Okay.
So that, just give you a little bit of relief there. We filter it down. Here's standard how we do it. Only high and medium impact.
Yep.
And medium and low technical difficulty, and just for the role of marketer. And that whittles it down enormously. And then you'll see things like this. Fix broken external links. Definitely want to fix that. Fix broken internal links. Yeah, definitely want to fix that. Add image alt text attributes. Yeah, kind of, probably. And then make sure all images are sufficiently compressed. Like that's some example. Yeah, want to do that. But I'll say even HubSpot's getting better at compressing images. One of the big problems we used to find is people, they just got this little icon I want to put just on the side of the page, and they upload, it's a 20 meg icon file. I didn't realize. How would they know? They're just uploading an image. HubSpot is better at optimizing that, but this tool highlights things. So summary, often useless and concerning, but there are some helpful items with that recommendations tab. Am I being too harsh there, Ian? What's your kind of view?
A tad, Craig, and I'll tell you why. So we do exactly the same thing, right? Okay. So when we're talking to marketers, exactly the same process. We do look at the developer things because it does pick up things that might be of concern that need to be fixed, right?
Okay.
So we do then work with the developer to fix some of those things. Now, not everything can be fixed, but some things can be, because things change, things get updated, things can be done better, and they might have just missed it. So I think it's a great way to do that. So don't ignore it. Have a look at it. Talk to your developer. Like, for example, because we use the themes that are built by Kevin, etc., we can talk to them and say, hey, do you see this as an issue? Because they'll see this as an issue across a lot of things. And actually what I think has happened over time, Craig, is that the tool has highlighted to people what's not working, and so they're able to address it. So I've seen in subsequent updates, they've addressed issues with page layout, speed of things getting loaded, how they get loaded. And so I think they are getting addressed. So it's always a good indicator of what's going on. Just be aware of it and get someone, start the conversation and then work out what's next.
Yep. Okay. Good call.
All right. Onto the topics tab.
Yeah, the topics tab. Look, it's not as bad, but I actually feel that this topic, I'd be interested in your thoughts on this, but I feel that the topics tab, again, the intent was good. Look, let's give a bit of a research tool, and then you can plan out your hub and spoke model for the content.
Yes.
But really, most people don't know what that is and how to do it. And if they do, they're probably using another tool anyway. If they're quite a senior content person or SEO specialist, they're probably using another tool. So they're probably not using this. That aside, look, I think it can be handy. We do set it up from time to time just to kind of get a sense and plan out content, but we don't use it much. I wouldn't be surprised if they sunset this in the future. What do you think, Ian?
Quite possible, Craig. But I have found it useful. Again, like you said, I found it as a useful way to just focus people on the content. So a lot of people, they go, I have this idea, I want to be known for this. And then I kind of just do a bit of research using the tool. And then we get to see, is there actually traffic, or are you just barking down a path where no one's really interested in it? So it kind of brings it nicely together. But beyond that, I don't see people actually using the tool consistently to work out what's working and what's not. But it is a good place to start.
One of the grumbles I have is that you can't use a piece of content in two different
that is true.
clusters, right? So it's almost as though, piece of content can only relate to one keyword term.
Yes.
And so we'll often have, so I'll give you an example. I've got a content cluster around HubSpot consultant, because that's kind of an area you want to build on. Then there's also, HubSpot websites. Now, some of the terms might be across both of those, and we have different terms and same. We can't do it.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that's why I'd jump out to another tool. Should allow it. But anyway, let's see.
All right. And the final thing is security certificates by default. And you know what? This is another one of those 1%ers. Working recently with a customer who was had a custom app built. And when we went to go live, they got told, oh, we need to buy some security certificates. And it's been a couple of weeks now, Craig.
What?
And nothing's happened, right? Because they're like, oh, where are we going to host it? Who has to buy the certificate? With HubSpot, you don't have that conversation. It just happens.
Wow. I only put this at the last minute. I thought, oh, we don't need to mention it. Oh, we probably do. Some people, surely this is table stakes now. How could you not? Anyway, there you go. Well,
real life example.
That means HubSpot's it just does it for you.
Correct.
It's not even, oh, I have to tick a box, and it just does it.
That's right. And it does it seamlessly, Craig.
When you're
doing the domain setup and just the process it takes you through, even connecting. So example, if you use GoDaddy, for example, the fact that it can connect to GoDaddy and put in the DNS records, even that's a massive benefit because most people don't know how to do that.
Oh, we should have put this in the guide as well. Yeah, super handy. That's all the SEO bits. I'm very happy with the SEO features throughout the tool. I think it's actually pretty good.